Hi, I'm Cambria, and this summer I have the amazing opportunity to be part of the Insight Collaborative's Summer 2020 Mentorship Program. Insight Collaborative works with refugees, humanitarianism, advocacy, and education in the field, and this video is going to talk a little bit about the difference between accompaniment and saviorism and ways that we can implement accompaniment in the work that we do in the humanitarian field. Enjoy!
Humanitarianism history has been dominated by something that we like to call Saviorism. It's a power complex between those giving out charity and aid and those receiving it. While obviously foreign aid plays an important role in global development and assisting refugees, humanitarianism has historically revolved around power dynamics and top-down approaches of determining what refugees need without actually asking them or empowering them to help themselves. This is why recent shifts in humanitarianism, aid, and advocacy efforts globally have been so important in empowering refugee stories and providing them with the agency that they need to help themselves and advocate for themselves. Meet Paul Farmer, an anthropologist and physician of social medicine from Harvard. In the commencement speech he gave, he said, "To accompany someone is to go somewhere with him or her. To break bread together, to be present on a journey with a beginning and an end." Accompaniment is much more often about sticking with a task until it's deemed completed by the person or the person being accompanied, rather by the accompanitor. The term accompaniment is a term often used in aid today, and it's a term that talks about walking alongside refugees and those you're giving aid to in order to best meet their needs and listen. Now meet Indian economist Amartya Sen, who is largely responsible for the capabilities approach to aid. He said, "Development can be seen as a process of expanding the real freedoms that people enjoy, focusing particularly on people's capability to choose the lives they have the reason to value. This is giving power back to refugees and those in need so that they are able to take capability into their own hand and construct a future for themselves with the proper resources and tools." Again, this falls a lot under the category of accompaniment and walking alongside those in need of aid. And last but not least, I'd like to introduce you to William Easterly, an American economist at NYU. In his book, The White Man's Burden, he says, "Remember, aid cannot achieve the end of poverty. Only homegrown development based on the dynamicism of individuals and firms in free markets can do that." What he's saying with this quote is that yes, while aid is important to some extent, aid alone cannot achieve the ends of ending poverty. He opposes the poverty trap theory, which says that those who are stuck in poverty cannot get out without the help of foreign aid, that they are stuck on the bottom rung of the ladder, not even able to make it up, and that there is no way they can help themselves out of this predicament. William Easterly instead advocates for a bottom-up approach to aid and suggests that people who are living in poverty are more than capable of helping themselves, and that the job of foreign aid is to merely come alongside them and provide them with what they need and what they want in order to thrive. Saviorism is by no means a long-term, durable solution.
Alright, so now that we know all that, what does this mean for humanitarian work, aid, and advocacy? Well, accompaniment can look like, first of all, just listening to populations that you're working with, hearing what their needs are, and working on ways to meet them with their help and with their input. And organizations to some extent are responsible for going in and having their own ideas and implementing those. However, to truly accompany those that we are working with, it is so important that we go in with the mentality that we're going to listen, have feedback and input from groups we're working with, and just work with them to meet their goals. After all, they know their situation and their story best. That is why it's important that coming from an outside perspective, we truly just listen and walk alongside those that we are helping. Accompaniment also looks like using the right language, such as beneficiary, and not using victimizing words or mindsets or images or mentalities to describe those that are receiving aid, rather empowering them and lifting them up in their walk so that they can be equipped with the tools to better help themselves for long-term sustainable aid and betterment in their communities. These are just some of the reasons that it is so important to have an accompanied mindset when going into humanitarianism and aid, and why it's so great that organizations like Insight Collaborative are uplifting and empowering those they're working with in humanitarianism, advocacy, and aid. Thank you.